remember that this is the morning of the third day, and I shall rise again. I am the resurrection. All of prophecy tells you that I shall rise again. It's all about that. Luke chapter 2, verse 34. No doubt about it. Again, I love you forever, bless you forever. I remind you once again, my associates are children of the light. That just brings laughter to my heart, to my soul, to realize that at last I have those of you that love peace. And I only want to be in the presence of those of you that love peace. I love you forever. Shalom Aleichem.
So he changed the times and the laws after he wore us out. It was all about wearing out who? The saints. Who are the saints? Only saints. Because it told you who the saints were. The saints belong to who? Yahweh. Said the Most High. The Most High is who? Yahweh. So they wore out, the devil wore out the saints of the Most High. Put them to sleep. And then changed the law. And by changing the law, this allowed us to be given into his hands. Notice, after he wore us out, then he changed the times of the law. Now read what happened.
And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
See, that translates into 3.5 years, or 3.5, or over 350 years. Then they pulled another trick. After 310 years of slavery, Abraham Lincoln said he freed us. They put us to sleep in this country. And after 3.5, after 310 years, they didn't get to 350. Said we were free. But all the time, Yahweh said we'd be here for time and a half. Over 350 years. Before we wake up and get this number. So, but although he did this number on us and we'd be given over into his hands, read verse 26. But what's going to happen anyway?
But the judgment shall sit.
Judgment is when you are given the knowledge that is different from the deceiver's knowledge, which allows you to make a judgment as to who you want to follow. Yahweh with the truth, or do you want to continue with Satan the deceiver? Revelation 12:9. So that makes this what kind of day? Judgment Day. You ever heard about that great judgment day? No. I can tell you one thing, that the Romans have what they call a 28-year calendar chart system. And that 28-year cycle, at the end of every 28 years of this devil's calendar that you have, he comes right on time with Yahweh's time. He gets back on track with solar time. See, you don't know when the 28 year is. Now what happens during the next 28 years? He's on for 1 year. Or maybe 4 years. Then he goes into what? Leap year. And he goes into leap year to throw you right off. So he serves 1 year the right time, and you don't know when that is. And it's called the 28-year cycle that we've never been taught about. Now, there's something magical about 28 too. Wonder why the devil uses 28-year cycle? 4-7. What does the number 4 represent? The foundation. So he comes back to the foundation. Yahweh is the foundation. He comes back to the foundation every 28 years. 4-7. But since we're blind in part, we don't know any of that. And what he does is in 28 years, by going every 4 years, a leap year, that gives him what? 7/4 again. So then he gains, at the end of 28 years, he gains a whole week in advance of the correct time. So at the end of 28 years, he drops that week, which is 7 days. He gains a perfect 7 days in 28 years. He gains. There's 7 again. Now he knows what he's doing. That's why he comes back to the foundation. See, if he didn't come back to the foundation, even he would lose track of time. Then he wouldn't be able to rule. We could come on and say, your time is up, sucker. He said, oh, well, I guess it is. I know I'm not the ruler. Yeah, take it. He tricked us out of time, have us off time, so that Yahweh won't be with us. Because we're breaking Yahweh's law. And the only way Yahweh will be with us to overcome the beast is to keep his law. He said, keep my law, and I will. I will if you keep my law. And his most dynamic law is the Sabbath. He said, that's the sign. Then I will put the fear and the dread of you upon all the nations up there. They just might know we're keeping the correct day today. They just might know this is the correct Passover and see us do it. They just might know this. Yahweh is God. And it is significant. And the numbers are significant. So that Roman leap year throws everything out of character for them, and you too. But they keep up with the system because they know how much time they were given to rule. All that's important is that we get on track of the solar calendar and understand the month of our business. That all of Yahweh's months have 30 days each. No 29s, no 31s. All 12 months have 30 days. Well, it's 365 days, right? At the end of the 12th month with 30 days, we add 5 days. We go 5 more days. 5 plus 2 is still 7, because you have how many Sabbaths in 30 days? 4. It's 28, right? And what do you have left? 2? So when you go the full 30 days of the 12th month, you got 2 days hidden, right? So you add what? 5, and you'll have what? 7, and then you begin the first day of our business. Still on the 7th day. You never lose the 7th day. It's always the 7th day. So, if you can get this in your mind, you can listen to me. March 1st, the first day after February 28th, would always remain in that order if it were not for what? The Roman leap year system. When the Romans leaped their dates ahead one day, the first year of each 4-year period, they call that March 1st, February 29th. They call March 1st, February 29th. You go back and look at the calendars, you'll see that going. They just do it. They just do it. They just add another day. They just do it. Don't care about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They just do it. This makes March the 1st fall one day later on the day of the year that March 2nd had fallen on the past 4 years. Each time the Romans add the false date, February 29th, it falls on the day March 1st had been. Each time the devil adds February 29 on the calendar, you see that every 4 years, that date is where March 1st was for 4 years in a row. All of a sudden, in the 4th year, he gets rid of the 1st of March, where it's supposed to fall, and puts February 29 and says it's leap year. Who say so? I say so. Who are you? I'm a Roman. Well, where did you get your authority? Well, I wore out the saints, and I wore y'all out and put you to sleep. And changed the laws and the times and the feast. I'm ruling. The only way you can stop me from ruling is learn the truth and follow the truth. And then you'll take my rulership from me. When the world learns the truth, they aren't going to pay me any attention. I'm ruling the world through deception. I'm on my job. I'm doing my thing called deception. But Yahweh told me we would take dominion, didn't he? Here in this verse, he said in verse 27, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. The rulership of the earth will be given to us. What? Whose kingdom is what? Everlasting. And what? Who is him? Yahweh, the saints of the Most High, the Messiah. Yahweh, the Messiah, the saints of the Most High. They shall obey. How can they obey when we don't know? When we know, we have to prove we know. So I'm giving you knowledge to prove that we know, huh? So the Roman leap year is, I have just proven to you, and it is always proven to be a white trick. So remember, the white people drop back their 7 days gain ahead of the solar calendar at the end of every 28 years, keeping up with 7. So when you see them do it, and you get on tune with the 28 cycle, then you can set Yahweh's solar calendar right, and it will never vary. Yahweh said, behold, I change not. So the first Abib and the 14th date was the 14th day of Earth's time, as Yahweh gave it, and it fell on the 7th day Sabbath, on Saturday of the 2nd week, since you want to use that word, Saturday. But see, it always won't fall on Saturday. It could technically, if you change the day, but it won't go along with the Roman calendar. See, it can always be on Saturday. It will always fall, the Sabbath day will always fall on Saturday of the solar calendar. How many understand that? If you want to use Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, then it will always fall on Saturday of what calendar? Solar calendar, Yahweh's calendar. Hope you're not confused. The idea is to keep the seventh day.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before, and until my last days, 'tis Yahweh